Hello and welcome back to Timber Studios, and here is the new area. And if you watched the last episode, you might have been able to guess what the this area is going to be. But if you didn't, it is Looney Tunes, and yeah, this is my favourite area I think I've ever done. It's so cool. I love the Looney Tunes. It was my childhood kind of cartoon, I guess, that I watched when I was growing up. Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, obviously, they're going to be a big part of this area. And just all of the Looney Tunes really are. They're just brilliant. They're so it's fun to watch. I highly recommend them if you haven't. Now you might be thinking that there might, there's Looney Tunes that areas that exist already in parks. I think there's one in Six Flags Fiesta Texas, I'm pretty sure. I think it's got like a Roadrunner coaster, which is what I'm gonna do as well later on in the episode, but much more exciting, I think, anyways. But yeah, I don't think, anyways, that the Looney Tunes areas that exist in real life, I think they just could be a lot better. Don't get me wrong, they're okay. They do the job. They're good fillers for little family areas, but I think it could be done to a much better standard, and it could be much more diverse, pretty much. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not gonna copy and paste all the Looney Tunes areas that already exist. I'm making this one very different. I'm not going off any reference images for Looney Tunes areas that already exist in the world. This is solely my creation, I guess. Obviously, I'm using the reference images for these characters here. Obviously, if you don't know who this is Bugs Bunny. Yeah, these characters were a pain to make. Oh my god, they took so long. I had to cut a lot of it out because that's how long it took. And yeah, they were such a pain to to make look not creepy, really. Because right now, Bugs looks like he's staring into your soul. That's quite funny. But no, I fix him off camera, I think. So he looks a lot better. But yeah, so I finished my GCSEs now. I finished them today as of the day when I'm recording this. Yeah, obviously if you watched the last episode, you would have heard me talking about that. So I'm completely free now. I've got plenty of time to make these episodes. So expect more coming out fairly soon. And yeah, it's so exciting, this area. I can't wait to show it all. And there is one problem. It's not with the actual area, it's with the time-lapse footage. So in a minute, when you see me start building this new coaster, or coasters plural, hint hint, you'll see that a lot of the time-lapse footage has actually been cut out of the of building the coasters, I guess. That was really annoying for me, because this is probably my favourite coaster that I built in the park, and it's a big shame to see it all being cut out. I didn't do it intentionally. I think something went wrong with my recording program, because I only found that out just today. So I'm sorry about that. You'll still see some of the footage of me building the coaster, but it won't be the full complete kind of layout, I guess, that you'll see me build, which is quite annoying, but there's nothing I can do about it now. So yeah, enjoy what you get, at least. And yeah, just building Roadrunner here as well. He looks pretty cool. I think he's probably the best character I do build. He looks quite realistic to how he looks in the cartoons. That's probably my favourite cartoon as well, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. That's such a good program. Well, not a program, a cartoon, but you know what I mean. And yeah, obviously, you saw me do that kind of Looney Tunes sign with the normal in-game text. But I did it off camera, as I did for the Angry Birds area, and I took a reference photo of the logo and then just put loads of art pieces over it. And yeah, it looks way better. And I'm currently making, this is Wile E. Coyote here. So you got 4 characters on the entrance, and I think they look really cool. So I'm pretty happy with that. And you can kind of just slightly changed Bugs enough to make sure he looks similar to his actual character, which is very cool. Yeah, we're going to start building the coaster in a second. I really hope you enjoy the coaster building layout as much as a lot of it got cut out. I think we're going to start like roughly about halfway through the layout, which is, it's not ideal. There was a lot of different like coasters, like types I was thinking of for this coaster. But I'd lean towards this coaster type you'll see in a minute. I was originally thinking like a Premier Rides coaster similar to Alpenfury, but obviously make it you can see actually it's a Jules basically. And yeah, I was thinking about making that Jewel, but that didn't really work. I wanted to do maybe a launch wing coaster, but that wasn't in the game at this point, but now it is. Instead I went for an Intamin multi-launch coaster, or just an Intamin Blitz, I guess. But it's got the old type of track one, because I didn't want it to look identical to my other Intamin Blitz in my other park, Timber Park, which was Mind Blast, I think. That was like my first Intamin Blitz, so that, I think it's a lot better, this one. But if you hadn't have guessed by the colours, the coaster, theme, I guess, it's Road Runner vs Wile E. Coyote, or the other way around. Obviously, blue side being Road Runner, and then other side, like sort of brownish side, being Wile E. Coyote. And this is so cool. I've had this idea for so long, and I'm really glad I can make it come to reality. As much as you'll see later on in the episode, it's quite unrealistic, the amount of theming that goes in. You probably wouldn't get it in a real park. But, you can kind of just sort of imagine it a bit like on a smaller scale, I guess. But yeah, I love this coaster a lot. It's really cool. It's so fast. It's really long. It's really good, and all the theming that goes in is obviously from the cartoons, and that just makes it a whole lot better. And I do custom supports for quite a lot of the layout as well. So that obviously to minimise the amount of supports that are going in if they were to build this ever Intamin. So I will leave you with some music for a bit now and enjoy the coaster building time lapse. So as you've seen over the past few minutes, done a lot of the theming now, and you could probably see what I mean by how I mean, it's pretty unrealistic, the amount of rocks that I've gone in. Obviously, Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote it's usually in like a canyon, and obviously Wile E. Coyote's trying to catch Roadrunner with all these traps and stuff that are just really bad, and he always messes them up. Yeah, it's always in a canyon. So yeah, it's kind of unrealistic. There's even more rocks afterwards, but you know, we can just imagine that this is possible, pretty much, even though it probably isn't. So, yeah, and just adding in loads of sort of dynamite and stuff and all these crates everywhere. Obviously, he uses a lot of dynamite to try and catch Roadrunner, and it never works. So, yeah, and just doing a prop here from the cartoons. This is like the firework, I guess. And yeah, it's usually on a train carriage, so I've done that. And obviously you got Acme on the side as well. That I don't know if I put that on, but yeah, obviously if you don't know what that is, it's kind of just like the whole sort of. It's kind of everywhere in all the Looney Tunes cartoons, and yeah. So that looks really cool when you fly past it in the dark. Obviously this gets covered up, this building, with a roof, obviously. And yeah, the pacing of this coaster is just nuts. Actually, I'm pretty sure there's 6 inversions in total on each side, and there's a lot of airtime. So this probably would be a contender if it was real to be one of the best coasters in the world. Not to toot my own horn, but you know. And yeah, this is the Acme sign here. I didn't do like a custom one because I thought this font looked pretty close enough, so I added that one. And you're gonna fly past it pretty quickly, so it doesn't matter too much. And yeah, just adding a roof in now. Just these very western buildings. This did remind me a lot of my western area. I think it's called Outlaw Valley in Timber Park. And yeah, obviously we had Mine Blast, the Intamin Blitz, as I said earlier. And we had Bandit Blitz, I think, which was the indoor coaster, the multi-dimension coaster, similar to the Angry Birds coaster that we did. Even though that's not a multi-dimension coaster, that's supposed to be a Mack Rides rocking boat type coaster. But you know, it's a similar kind of ride. And yeah, we had that little flat ride as well. I think it's Boulder Swinger. I don't think we have a flat ride in this area. In the end, we have a couple more rides. We have this one. Well, these two, I guess. These 2 rides here. These, if you count the separate coasters, you know, separately. There's 2. And then you have one more little family coaster, which will probably be getting built in the next episode. And then we got the big dark ride as well, which I am very proud of. It took quite a long time, so yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. And yeah, just adding in a train here. I mean, you see a train occasionally. It's usually quite. It's weird. It's usually quite a modern train, even though you're in a canyon in the cartoon. So I don't know, but I just had a steam train because I feel like it fits quite well, and also it's just an in-game piece, so it's kind of easier. And yeah, I think as you go past that second launch, you get a little sort of smoke effect coming out of the chimney of the train, which is quite cool. And there's another effect really on the second launch as well, which I don't know if you'll see in this episode, but it's kind of unrealistic, but it is really cool. A game crashed there. That's funny. I saw my screensaver there, Velocicoaster. And yeah, so that does go in eventually. That sort of that other effect, and you got to have Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner, the characters, in occasionally. So I added him here because it's supposed to be like a railroad crossing, and he has that sign up. That's from the cartoons as well. There was a lot of research that went into this area because I can't remember all the props from every cartoon, I guess. But yeah, it's just they're so fun, the Looney Tunes. I really recommend it if you haven't watched it, because it's just so good. It's so entertaining. yeah, you can never really get bored of it, I feel. Yeah, highly recommend that. And I think I still need to do a custom train. As of now, when I'm building the next area, I don't think I did a custom train. So I might need to add an. I think I tried, but I messed it up completely, and that kind of just like demotivated me. So I think I just left it. But I do need to do one. So that will come in the future, I think. Just off camera, I might do that because that might be quite tricky to figure out. I might want like a Wile E. Coyote or Roadrunner head on there. I don't know, but that might look like they've been decapitated. So I don't know. And yeah, just loads of rocks everywhere, just to really create that canyon feel, I guess. I was probably thinking at this point, is this a bit unrealistic? And I was very right by thinking that, because it really is. Yeah, I didn't even realise we haven't finished the layout yet, but here we go. A bit more of the layout. We do a Top Gun stool here, which is pretty cool. I think that only exists on one coaster. I think it's Twisted Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I always get confused with the Six Flags parks. I can never remember which one's which, apart from Great Adventure. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong on that. But yeah, we do a Top Gun stall here because I thought this was pretty cool. On the Roadrunner side, you got the little airtime hill, kind of a little bit of a cheetah hunt section underneath that brake run there. And on the other side, you got that zero-G stall. That's going to go in a second, which is cool. And yeah, there's the Roadrunner side finished. I do tweak that final inversion because it's a bit whippy, and it kind of like sort of replicates the Maverick Heartline roll over the water slightly. So I did tweak it to make it a bit more survivable. Yeah, I think it's all good. Yeah, I do replace these with custom support, so I'm pretty sure anyway. So yeah, and then obviously just completing the Wile E. Coyote side now. You go under that sort of final Heartline roll into the brake run, and then little sort of overbank, bit of a cheetah hunt section underneath there as well, with a little airtime hill. Then you do that zero-G. Well, I mean that was in the reverse order, but you do the zero-G stall there. And yeah, that looks like a good zero-G stall. I'm really happy with that. It's nicely shaped as well. And yeah, there you go. There's the layouts completed for the Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner coasters, which is very exciting. I hope you like them, because I really do. Yeah, just even more rocks. There's so many. It's crazy. I would be interested to like multi-select all of this area and see how many rocks or just like pieces have gone into this, because it's crazy. Now, one thing I do recommend, don't use, it's not that bush, it's that one there, that sort of white, yeah, I don't know what the name is, but it's like a white sort of bush, because I used absolutely loads of them, and they've got some sort of invisible barrier around them, unlike other bushes, and it makes it really hard to build, like proper pieces everywhere. So I recommend not using them if you're doing something large scale like this, because it's very hard to build with all of these dotted around. So yeah, just maybe use some different types of bushes, like the sort of more green ones that you can see there, because they don't have that sort of invisible barrier, and it's very hard to build around them. So yeah, just a little recommendation there if you're ever doing something similar to this. And yeah, just doing a little tunnel here, like a fly-through. Well, kind of a station fly-through. I mean, you go underneath it. That's kind of cool. The clearance was quite close here, actually. I think I might need to still sort that out, because it is quite close. Yeah, this area wasn't actually that big. When I started building this coaster, I was like, I think I might have made this area a bit too small. But it turns out it was okay in the end. So yeah, coming towards the end of the episode now. Just even more rocks. There's so many rocks. It's unbelievable. And yeah, doing some of the station work here now as well. I think I need to add more props in the station, because it doesn't feel Looney Tunes like like related really. So I think I need to do that when I've got a minute. Yeah, it looks really good. I'm just so happy with this area. It's turned out exactly how I wanted it to turn out, and yeah, it's just brilliant. I'm loving it so much. And there's even more exciting rides coming soon. I mean, like I said earlier, you got a family coaster coming themed to another Looney Tunes character. Ooh, can you guess which one it is? Leave it in the comments below if you want to guess. And unfortunately, I have named all these rides already. It's, the reason why is because I'm progressing with this park extremely fast. I'm not rushing it, but I'm just way ahead of the time-lapse footage, really. So I usually name the rides like before I move on to the next area. So I mean, feel free to leave a name suggestion in the comments, because you never know, it might be way better than my names, because you know my names aren't the best. So yeah, feel free to leave one still. Yeah, don't be sort of pushed away by that. Because I do like to read all your suggestions and stuff. And yeah, it's really cool to see like people enjoy my videos and stuff, and yeah, people interacting with it. So yeah, thank you for that. And yeah, just doing some more custom supports now. Well, I mean, these are the first ones I've done, to be honest. I think, yeah, there was another clearance problem here as well. It was towards the end of that kind of overbank kind of thing. I don't really know what to call that. I took inspiration from Stardust Racers on this. If you couldn't tell, this is very inspired by that. And kind of a mix of Velocicoaster as well, because you got loads of inversions, but you've also got some Stardust Racers airtime in there as well. But yeah, this overbank is kind of on Stardust Racers. After the second launch and the Celestial Spin, you obviously drop down, and then you go into this little element here. I'm not gonna lie, I can't really remember this element from when I did Stardust. I think I was so like shocked by the Celestial Spin. I was still kind of trying to keep up, you know, with that. I don't really know. It was just crazy. Stardust Racers. I highly recommend going to Epic Universe if you haven't. It's such an amazing park. Even though it does need some work, it's still a bit sort of barren in some areas, and you know, there's not many rides. I think there's about 12 or 13 in total. So you know, there's not many, but for the rides that they have got, I mean, and the ones I've all done, they are amazing. I mean, all of the ones that I did, I think I did about 6 in total. I did Stardust twice. I did Battle at the Ministry, which is just an insane dark ride. It's absolutely nuts. It does rival Rise of Resistance. And then you've obviously got some other rides as well. But yeah, I'll stop yapping now because this is the end of the episode. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And if you did enjoy, subscribe, like, all that stuff. It, you know, helps a lot. So feel free to do that. I'm not forcing you there. But yeah, there'll probably be a new video coming fairly soon because, like I said, I'm off now, free. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and yeah, see you next time, I guess, for building some more of the Looney Tunes area. See you next time.